These two grown men had never seen The Simpsons. How the fuck's that even happen? We're two grown men on a mission now, so buckle up and just strap in.
Sugar. Aw, honey, honey, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you.
These two grown men had never seen The Simpsons. It's America's Barley Basket.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 120 of America's Barley Basket. I'm your host, Marlon Wells, alongside host Nathan Folselbach. Hello, Nathan.
Hello, Marlon.
How are you on the internet?
I am online. I have all the sites. I am very popular on the internet. I have multiple email addresses. I got things figured. I'm doing okay online. In the physical world, a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, the physical world online, not treating you so well?
Not so hot. But online, oh my God, my eBay score's never been better.
Oh, the internet will never betray you, Nathan.
Yeah.
Them feet pics selling like hotcakes.
If you ever doubt me, I'll bring me. You want me to bring my eBay score up right now? I fucking will.
I would be curious to know what your eBay score is. I mean, mine's 100%. Off the top of my head, I can't tell you how many transactions I've had, but it's 100%, baby.
I am at 750 transactions, all positive.
Boom. Look at this fucking guy.
Doing okay. Trusted seller.
Would you say that most of your eBaying is selling or buying?
Oh my God, 98% buying.
Oh yeah, same here. Probably 99. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll sell stuff on eBay if the occasion strikes, but no, I'm mostly a buying boy.
Yeah. Some pretty dope shit on eBay.
You ever get into like drunk buying on eBay and then you forgot you bought something until you get an email a week later asking for the money?
Yeah. Or you just wake up to like 7 email notifications that you've been outbid. You take a look, you're like, thank Christ I was outbid.
I didn't even want to. What made me think I wanted all the California Raisins figurines?
I can't even play a steel guitar. I don't know
why. Why would I buy one?
$900. I guess I better learn.
Better go on eBay and look for an instruction book. Yeah, it's hard times. It's hard times on the eBay.
It is. But here, how you doing?
Buddy.
Killing it?
I beat COVID.
You did. You did. You got that rosy glow back in your cheeks.
Man, let me tell you, it's been a week. So I finally tested negative on Tuesday of last week. Fucking hallelujah. I even took 2 tests just to make sure.
Huh.
And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, buddy, I was barely in this apartment because I've been locked in it for 12 fucking days. So I'm going out for coffee. I'm running errands. I went to that nice Asian market I like and got the spicy ramen that I enjoy so much. Like, really just driving around for no reason. Like, just having a good old time.
Honking the horn, waving.
Visiting friends. Yep, waving at strangers. Hollering at birds.
I'm not sick.
Hooray! So I get 3 days of that. And then Friday morning, a tow truck driver ran a red light and I T-boned him with my car and went to the hospital.
Ooh, not ideal.
Yeah, not great. So now, wouldn't you know it, I'm on crutches and don't have a vehicle, locked back in my apartment again. I had three glorious days, and I guess because of my hubris, good Lord put me back on this couch.
He went through too many drive-thrus. The Lord saw it. Like, you don't need that many blizzards. Too many blizzards, the Lord said.
There was one day I went through 3 different coffee shop drive-thrus and got coffee. You know what I got at home? Coffee.
Coffee. You know how much coffee costs at home? 2 cents if you figure it out.
Make a whole fucking pot for 2 cents. But I was out here buying $6 coffees like an asshole.
Yeah, because it's got caramel drizzle.
If you go to Caribou and get a mocha, they give you a free chocolate covered espresso bean, and I sure do like those.
Ooh, mini donut bites. Don't mind if I do.
Ooh, you got banana bread at this one?
Yeah, someone in your family fought in World War II, so you could be like this.
Oh, I hate that you're right.
Just you and the ghost of your great grandpa driving around. You're like, they didn't even tip the blizzard over before they handed it to me. It's part of the pageantry.
Hey, Ghost Granddad, don't you think that this lemon poppy seed bread has a little too much icing? Oh, well, who am I to complain, right? Nom, nom, nom. Getting icing all over the steering wheel.
Your hands are off the wheel eating the lemon bread like a fucking hamster. It's both hands. 60% of it's landing around you.
Oh, shit. Yeah, and so the good Lord saw fit for me not to go outside anymore again.
But like a month from now, think how defined your good legs calf is going to be.
Oh my God! Like my walking around. Also, I don't mean to like blow anybody's mind here, but crutches aren't meant for people that look like you or I.
Yeah, they are a thin man's form of transportation.
Shit, just this. It's like a mercurial liquid molten metal ball in between two chopsticks swinging back and forth. It's got like I could set up a GoPro and film it, but I'm not gonna because I think it would make me sad what I look like on crutches.
I don't know if there's a non-problematic way of doing this, but you need to look into the paperwork of getting like a indentured servant from like a third world country that can haul you around in a wheelbarrow. You look like Brando in the island of Dr. Moreau, like big hat and round sunglasses draped in towels. We're at Culver's, Mr. Marlin. Thank you.
Thank you.
More crinkle cut fries, please.
Oh, God.
This trip was exhausting.
Just pour them right into the wheelbarrow with me. It's fine. I'll fish them out.
Watching that, and the guy's just happy to be in America, big shit-eating grin pushing you around town. Somehow you're more tired than he is.
Yeah, Butterburger, hold the burger. I just want, can I just buy butter at this Culver's?
He's dabbing your damp forehead all the time.
You just stick the custard hose out the window and just however much you'll fit into the wheelbarrow with me.
Yeah. Do you charge per gallon?
Just gobbing up handfuls of frozen custard.
God. I'm trying to think of a name for your helper. Gotta be a one-word name.
Like you prefaced with, I feel like we're treading on problematic material, so I'm gonna let you pick a fucking name.
Yeah, you calling state offices seeking how to get an indentured servant. It's cool. I'm gonna be one of the good ones.
On the phone, trying not to call it that. Can I just need like a helper? Can you send like a helper?
Yes. You mean like a social worker? No, they have to be here all the time.
Yeah, no, not like a and finally they say indentured servant. Yeah. You're like, that's the thank you. Your words, not mine. But you know, like Alfred. Like I need like an Alfred. Yeah.
Your body drapings are soiled, Mr. Marlin. Yes, it happens quite often. The frozen custard melts awfully quickly.
Has nothing to do with my injury.
Watching you scooping ice cream out of the sides of a wheelbarrow while you're waiting at a crosswalk with your helper. Lapping handfuls of rapidly melting ice cream into your mouth.
Just eating it off yourself, laying in a wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
This is beyond hedonism. This is something else now.
Depraved. This is the America the liberal left wants. You start showing up in campaign ads.
I was driving to work and I think I saw the Pope from Preacher.
They report him as your underage lover and you got to go on air like, hey, I just want to clear the air. He's an indentured servant.
Are we sure that that's better? They're looking around with their fingers up to their earpiece.
And you're just frozen. Shit. I was very reactive. I should have thought that through.
This is the worst, like, Lord Humongous and the Golden Child, or the Golden Youth cosplay that we've ever seen.
It's a mashup between Island of Dr. Moreau and fucking Road Warrior.
Oh, God. Yeah, so that's where I'm at in life. I'm fucking laid up on fucking crutches. I'm fucking super lucky and thankful. That could have been way fucking worse. So the fact that I got like a real bad ankle sprain and crutches and a splint, and other than that, just some cuts and bruises, I'm one of the lucky ones. So
if you're gonna get into a serious accident with a tow truck, sprained ankle is one of the better things you can walk out of it with.
Right, exactly. It's like coming out of a helicopter crash with hangnails. Like, yeah. So I'm awfully thankful for how it could have gone, but I'm a little bit out of shape about being stuck in this apartment again. I think the cat was happy to be rid of me for 3 days.
Oh my God, the cat's the real victim here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get therapy for this cat.
Yeah.
How about you? How's life over there, my man?
I don't know. Fucking after hearing all that, I feel like I ain't got any place to bitch.
It's not a contest. It's not your bitches are valid.
Yeah.
That's a way.
Title of my next mixtape.
That's a way funnier sentence in a different context.
It's a very empowered, very woke name. My bitches are valid. We'd prefer you use another word than bitches, but thank you for recognizing us.
What a weirdly half-step progressive pimp that you have there.
You know who's never gotten into head-on collisions with tow trucks?
That we know of. Who's that? Yeah, there we go. I wasn't going to make you starve for it.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. The back and forth is vital to this.
Yeah.
We are wrapping up the end of season 27. Works out just beautifully. We don't have to... Yeah.
I should mention, he's okay, too. I feel like that's important, too. Like... I've learned over the past few days that people need a lot of qualifiers to laugh at this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Everyone's okay.
What happened to the other guy? Vaporized on impact.
No, he's fine. And I felt bad for the guy because like he ran the light, his bad, and he was so remorseful and so apologetic and so wanting to make sure I was okay. Like you could tell he felt really bad. So I hope the dude doesn't get fired or anything. Like fucking accidents happen, whatever.
Yeah.
But like I've learned I should have prefaced everyone's okay.
What what was left of him filled a Crown Royal bag. They handed it to his mother. We should have lined that thing with plastic. It's starting to leak.
Jesus Christ.
But everyone's okay.
Everyone's fine.
So episode 18 of season 27 is How Lisa Got Her Marge Back. Episode starts with Bart doing the dollar on a string prank, which I bet nobody in 2016, no 10-year-old boy in 2016. There's a little bit of like 1950s in Bart because the guys that wrote him originally were children in the 50s.
Yeah, exactly. Which it's funny because I feel like when Bart first showed up, he was like poking fun at like Dennis the Menace of how quaint you were. But now Bart is so outdated, you know?
Bart's very quaint now.
Yeah, I think that's I think they for sure bring that up in the Family Guy Simpsons crossover episode where like Stewie is like, "Oh, how adorable that you have a slingshot," as Stewie has fucking guns, you know?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah. So Bart's got the dollar on a string prank. He's hiding in a bush thinking it's solid gold, but multiple Springfield residents walk by and none of them fall for it. Not like they don't just ignore it. They see it, recognize it as a prank, and keep walking.
Yeah. I've never seen the dollar on the string prank in real life.
I remember contemplating buying it because I had a novelties catalog with like a lot of $1 and $2 and like you can choose 7 things off this list for $5. It's like, oh,
and they're all garbage, I'm sure.
The most shocker that $5 didn't even go that far in 1990. Like, I remember I got gum that tasted like onion. That did work. That shit was like poison. I got fake vomit, the worst looking fake vomit, and the most fucking dismally, depressingly bad fake dog shit that no one would ever buy, believe. Like I got a whoopee cushion and a hand buzzer. That was I went with a lot of classics. I really went for the classics, you could tell.
Did the hand buzzer shock or just buzz?
Vibrate. Makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, it just made noise, right?
Yeah.
Like I remember, like I never had a fucking quirky fun catalog like you did, but I remember seeing that shit at like Spencer's, like the mousetrap gum, you know, where you pull it out and it snaps your hand. And they had a hand buzzer, and I didn't buy it, but one of my buddies did. And we were like, hell yeah, let's see how bad this thing hurts, and it just buzzes. And like you grow up watching the Joker kill people with that thing. You can't sell me this.
Or you grow up rural and you touch a fucking electric fence once and get a jolt out of it. It's
or at least 3 times a summer, but sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Because maybe you're a clumsy boy.
This time it won't hurt. There was none of my gigs, just like Bart. I was often left holding the bag when it came to like hijinks.
Or maybe you catch a 220 every so often because the fucking electrical outlet the welder plugs into is just bare wire in a metal cage. And you just hope for the best. Try to plug it in with your foot if you can.
Yeah. Wake up the next day.
A lot of shoddy equipment where I come from.
What we get in this scene is an appearance by Archie and the gang, which I appreciate. But I guess technically not Archie and the gang, because we find out Archie has passed away.
That's very funny. Yeah.
And they're very depressed.
I wrote down here, Nathan, it's Archie. Because I don't know shit about Archie, but I know you do.
Yeah. So the prank falls flat, and this kind of causes Bart to think that maybe he's past his prime as like a juvenile shithead prankster.
Yeah, it takes this like almost like midlife crisis kind of attitude.
Yeah, that's a very good way of putting it. Yeah, like, am I getting too old for this? Like, which is awesome at the age of 10.
Yeah, it's very funny. But also, he's been doing it 27 years now.
Yeah, good point. Yeah,
I like the juxtaposition of like, yeah, he's 10, but we're not anymore.
Yeah. We've been watching this for 27 years now. Over a quarter of a century.
Yeah.
Lisa overhears Marge mention, I think she's talking to Homer. She overhears Marge mention that she never liked jazz because earlier in the episode, Lisa had played a jazz solo, which you could tell Marge was not interested in. And Lisa overhears this, that Marge never liked jazz, and she confronts her about lying all these years. And they really have a pretty big blow up, and she calls Marge Marjorie instead of Mom, which devastates Marge.
Yeah. That's got to be a thing, though, right? Like, your parents can't love everything you do. There's no way.
Mm-hmm. And that's not like Lisa's age, but that's like a 13-year-old girl gonna piss off Mom by start calling her by her first name.
Oh yeah, that feels like a shit tactic. That feels like I'm mad at you, so I'm not calling you Mom anymore.
Shithead puberty kid. Yeah. So Marge is shook by all this and wants to restore her relationship with Lisa. So they take a weekend trip to Capital City, just the gals. Which they're left, I can't remember, I think they're getting picked up by, are they driving alone or do they get picked up like by like a shuttle or something like that? But I do like that it's Bart, Maggie, and Homer just standing there on the sidewalk. And as soon as the vehicle is out of eye shot, fucking Homer just hands fucking Maggie to Bart.
Yep, here you go. They get picked up by the airport shuttle is what it is.
That's what it is, yep. And Bart is like, well, this is bullshit. He's like, hey, we all have jobs to do. Your job is to take care of Maggie. Mine is to take care of dinner. And then an ice cream truck goes by and he's immediately fucking transfixed and is chasing after it. And Flanders comes out. And what kind of truck is it actually? It's not even, it's like a fucking aluminum siding truck that plays music.
It's something like that.
It's like, why is your dad chasing after that?
Yeah, or pest control or something. Like, it's not food related. That was fun. That's a fun idea that other trucks should have jingles too.
So Bart right away is not jazzed by the idea of being stuck with Maggie, but goddamn it, if he don't make the best of it, they go out and get into some hijinks and even get into doing some pranks. And Maggie, having Maggie there, they traumatize the neighbor boys by having her pretend to be an angel that he hangs through a basement flood window.
It's so good. They're like bowing and doing the we're not worthy thing, but also like shuddering in fear.
Yeah. And then when he's carrying Maggie in the angel outfit, fucking Flanders thinks she's an angel too. Like, they're true believers, goddammit.
They even get Ned. Yep.
Yeah. So while they're in Capital City, and like Marge wants to make the best of it, and they're looking for things to do, because I always forget Capital City's supposed to be like a giant city.
Yeah, that's their New York. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're looking, we could see a Broadway production. They're looking at all the different options. One of those options was You're a Good Witch, Broomhilda, which that is a comic strip deep cut that is so fucking obscure. So thank you, Simpsons. Jesus.
I love that every so often you get a reference that's just for you.
Yep. The rate of people that know what that means, they're dying at a rate faster than World War II vets. Like, Broomhilda probably peaked in 1951.
Unbelievable. And here you are, a modern man in 2022 being like, yay, Broomhilda.
Broomhilda. So Marge is trying her best to find something to do in the big city, but Lisa wants nothing to do with whatever she's up to. Or like, she's just being a fucking bad kid. She's just being ornery.
Yep.
And they end up going to Bad News Bears, the musical. And it's kind of during this time that Lisa just realizes Marge has terrible taste.
Right. Yep.
She's like, mom taste.
Yeah. I was about to say, that's how she puts it, is mom taste.
Yeah, because it's like, because Marge just likes it because it's everyone's smiling and singing about love and clapping, and it's, everything's bright and fun. So at that point, Lisa should just like, oh, okay, why should her opinion matter? She's happy for me. That's all that matters. But Lisa's still being a pain in the butt. And then they end up being outside after the show. And some actor, did you recognize that actor at all? Apparently, Book of Mormon.
Yeah, he's from Book of Mormon. I didn't know who he was. I wouldn't have known who he was unless they said, hey, it's Andrew Rannells from Book of Mormon.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay, yeah. So I was like, I didn't get, and the character was okay. Like, he was super, super needy, which I got a kick out of, that he's a star of a Broadway. And he's just hanging out with his mom and her 8-year-old because he just desperately needs companionship. Like,
but at the same time, like, thinks he's a huge star and, like, signs the playbill of somebody who didn't ask for an autograph. And the guy's like, hey, wait.
Yeah. And in the B story wraps up first. They're back home, and Bart dresses Maggie, like combs Maggie's hair like his. And that was a visual I got a big kick out of.
That was fun.
And they trick Homer, but it also almost ends up with Homer choking Maggie because somehow he's fucking fooled by it. So that's when Bart realized, I got to tone down the shenanigans with Maggie. We don't need someone fucking getting knocked out because of this. So cut back to the main story. Marge and Lisa end up going to some kind of tourist trap cafe, I guess, diner. Because I know, like, there's all the celebrity pictures on the wall, and Marge, ooh, I wonder if we'll see any of these people.
Yeah.
And Lisa's like, Mom, they're not coming here. This is just a place for tourists. Which I bet there's a lot of shit like that around Broadway in New York, I bet.
Oh,
like,
I'm sure. Yeah.
It's the place you go if you're from out of town and you want to eat a meal by Broadway and feel like you're getting a genuine experience.
They printed off a lot of Google image searches of celebrities eating.
Yep. So Marge has to step away. I can't remember what she was going to do. Something for Lisa, I think, like correct Lisa's food order or something like that. And while she's gone, Lisa starts griping about Marge. And the Broadway guy fucking steps up to the plate and is like, hey, you're an ungrateful kid. Like, your mom seems wonderful and is doing all of this just for you. And Jesus, Lisa needed to hear that. So good on Andrew setting Lisa straight. So, and then the one thing that really broke Marge's heart is Lisa stopped wearing her pearls, which meant so much to Marge because she gave Lisa the pearls on her first day of school. So when Marge gets back, Lisa apologizes and puts her pearls back on. And then, because the Simpsons can't help themselves, we get a pretty blah musical number.
Yeah, I knew the song. At least it was a song I'd heard of.
Yeah, which if that's all we can put for a positive, that's rough. And that's really it. God. The B story I found a little bit, I like the Maggie shenanigans with Bart, but my God, this was so forgettable.
Yes, that's a good word for it. Like, I didn't hate it. Like, it was fine. I've learned after all this time, I prefer a Homer and Lisa. I prefer Homer teamed up with Lisa and Marge teamed up with Bart, but like... This was fine, and, you know, some good Capital City jokes. There's some good sight gags early on when Homer's watching television, and it's that insane intro for the NFL in London.
Oh, yeah.
And
they make fun of, like, the Fox robot.
Yeah, the Fox robot, and, like, that British announcer is great. Like, that was fun. And there's an insane sight gag in the beginning when... Homer comes down for breakfast and Marge is like, you slept in, you missed out on breakfast. He goes, I'll make my own, reaches into the cupboard, pulls out a box of dry pancake mix, squeezes a bunch of maple syrup into it, shuts the box and shakes it, then puts it in the microwave. Gets it out, sits down at the table, and pours out just this brick of pancake mush.
It looks like the Yellow Pages with the cover ripped off.
Yes, it looks like a phone book. Puts more syrup on it and just sits and quietly eats it with a knife and fork. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was good.
And then I did like in the little addendum, there's a quick moment. It's Homer taking out fucking bin after bin after bin filled with empty beer bottles. Like it's trash, trash night. Yeah. Got to set the trash out at the sidewalk. And as he's taking one of these bins of bottles by, Maggie is playing a little toy saxophone and Marge takes it from her and throws it in the bin.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
That was fun.
But yeah, didn't do a whole lot for me, but it was fine.
Yeah, as a whole, kind of whatever, but it was all right. Let's see if we get a dramatic upturn with number 19, Fland Canyon. We get a fun Disney couch gag right out the gate where each of them is a different Disney character, and the animation style changes with each one. That was fun. Homer is trying to put Maggie down to sleep, a thing that I assume parents go through. I've heard I've heard the put them in the car and go drive around for a while thing.
Yeah.
I bet neither of my parents did that.
I don't know. I'm obviously it's too young to remember, but Jesus, I bet you're so tired. If it'll work, you'll try it. Like whatever you can do to get them to finally fall to goddamn sleep.
Oh yeah, anything to get back to sleep, I'm sure.
Which will last for 2 hours and they'll be up screaming again.
Ugh, I can't. No way. Nope.
Just little shit factories that need to be fed every 90 minutes.
No, thank you. You're the one who wants a baby. You're the one who likes babies.
I want a more ready-made baby. I don't, because the way Maggie's acting here, well, maybe not quite, like, 'cause she ain't waking up all night. Like, the having to get fed every 90 minutes, that's like weeks old.
You're looking to you're looking to like adopt a 3-year-old. Is that where you're at?
Let's go 8-month-old.
Oh, okay. I bet they still scream in the night.
Yeah, but I think it's not the madness of having to be fed every 100 minutes like a 7-day-old baby, which is so.
Or you or
blind. Yeah. Well, we can just keep the graham crackers in bed with us. feeding one graham cracker like a 1970s IBM. It's like a data piece. Like, nom, 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 nom.
Like a punch card.
I have a slot built into my CPAP mask for graham crackers. It's like a game genie.
It's all gummed up with fucking cinnamon dust.
It's clearly not stock. Was the game genie made by Nintendo? That had to be third party, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like there was a lawsuit over that. Nintendo took them to court.
Interesting, really.
Yeah, no, the Game Genie was not an officially licensed product at all.
It's like, was the Game Genie fun? I can barely remember it.
It was fun when it worked the way you wanted it to, but that was on a game by game basis. Like, I know, like the first example that jumps to the front of my mind is me and a cousin had to use it to beat the Dick Tracy game on the NES because that game was fucking impossible. Like kind of Zelda 2 style back and forth platformer and fucking like a bad game and too hard. Like, was this built to milk quarters out of kids? What the fuck?
Yeah.
And it was one of those where by trial and error, we eventually learned that if you put in more than 3 codes, you broke it. Like the machine starts on fire. Like you had to kind of pick and choose your shots with that thing.
Yeah,
like,
I remember being super glitchy. Exactly,
like because you're fucking like breaking code in order to get the things you want out of that thing. So yeah, it worked for the most part. Like as long as you didn't try to make it do too much, it would work.
Okay, huh?
How the fuck did we get there? Oh, your graham cracker hole.
Oh. What a life.
Do you remember, was Teddy Graham's cereal a real cereal, or was that just maybe at one point in my life I put Teddy Grahams in a bowl and poured milk over them?
I think that was you calling an audible.
Okay, all right. Just curious. When's the last time you ate a graham cracker? Just a sheet of plywood looking ass graham cracker.
It probably wasn't that long ago. My mom would have them around the house during the holidays for some kind of baking thing. So every once in a while, I just steal 1 graham cracker out of the pack.
Just a sheet. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 sheet. Yeah.
You a honey boy? You a cinnamon boy?
I'll fuck with honey, probably a little more over cinnamon. Don't dislike them, but there's usually other flavors I'd go for first.
You'll eat whatever's there.
Yeah.
Why haven't they branched out and gotten wild? They should be like chip flavors. Give me a ranch or a nacho cheese.
I'm just thinking right now of you opening random snacks and just pouring milk into it and eating it for breakfast. You on the bus with a box of chicken and a biscuit, stirring it to the wooden spoon.
Oh, man, I love chicken and a biscuit. Chicken and a biscuit's an A-tier cracker.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Is it ever? You're speaking to the cracker choir here. That's fucking my jam.
A-tier cracker in the Cracker Choir is the best white hip-hop group name. Oh, shit. What other snacks could you do that with? Goldfish crackers would probably make for pretty good cereal.
Oh, that's so fucking sick.
I love goldfish crackers.
I do too.
I've had goldfish crackers within the last 24 hours.
I don't want the adjective that describes my breakfast cereal to be savory. Gardettos and milk.
Hot and spicy Chex Mix.
I bet if a 10-year-old got on the school bus eating a bag of Gardettos full of milk, they'd send you home. Like, nope. No, can't do it.
This is that all rye chips variant. That's hard to find. Why would you ruin that? Oh, God. Pretzels, just a big bowl of pretzels. You pour a bunch of milk over it.
God damn it.
Try to eat it with a spoon, but they don't stay on a spoon very well.
You're doing all this while driving to work. A salad bowl fucking full of pretzels to the brim with milk, and you're just fucking making an ass of yourself, splashing. Hit the brakes, your windshield's covered in milk. Trying to palm it clean.
Oh, shit. You're gonna get a ticket. You're gonna get a distracted driving ticket. You try to eat a bowl of cereal when you're driving.
And you get in the court case because you're clearly going to hit somebody. You just keep correcting the judge. Sir, it wasn't cereal. It was a bowl of pretzels.
With milk.
Yeah. It's totally different, sir.
Oh,
Your Honor.
If I may
interject. When they come back the next day, the judge is eating it on the stand. This shit's dope.
See, I told you, Your Honor.
Thank you for introducing this to my life.
My next weird cereal recipe is popcorn shrimp. You got to give that a try.
Oh, fuck. Cocktail shrimp and milk.
Seafood and milk that's not a good combination. Yeah.
It's like a Ween album.
Oh, shit. So Homer's trying to put down crying Maggie to get her to go to sleep. And we're going to do story time. Haven't done one of these in a while. It's a motherfucking flashback episode.
Yeah.
Been a long time. We cut back to the story, which is 2 years ago. Homer is telling a story about it's the church group. So 2 years. So Bart is 8, Lisa is 6, and Maggie doesn't exist. Just for clarity's sake. It's 2 years ago, and the church group is out cleaning up Skid Row. And I love that Lenny accidentally stabs himself with a hypodermic needle and then just slouches against the wall and offers to sell Carl everything he owns for $5.
Yeah, I was like, that's my note. Did Lenny accidentally just shoot heroin?
Yep. Into his heel, like zero tolerance for it.
Yeah.
So they're all cleaning up, and then once they get done, Homer, of course, grumbling this whole time because they're doing this on a Saturday. I think he even says first they came for Sunday, and I said nothing. And that's funny. So So they get it all cleaned up, and Reverend Lovejoy says, okay, now for the person who cleaned up the best, you win a trip to the Grand Canyon. And, of course, it's Ned. By the way, Maude is here.
Yeah, that was nice to see.
Yeah, it's fun. It makes it. Well, you have to do some mental gymnastics, though, as far as, like, this is only 2 years ago. She's been dead a long time, but whatever. You have to roll with the Simpson timeline. You can't fight it. And it turns out that it's two couples. So Ned, of course, going to take the Lovejoys. Well, you guys come with us to the Grand Canyon. And they don't want to go with Ned, so they suggest that he take the Simpsons.
I like that the Flanderses are big enough dorks that the Lovejoys think they're wet blankets.
Yeah, like, even the Lovejoys don't want to hang out with them.
From what we see, Mrs. Lovejoy, she's like, like judges everyone, but she, in her own life, likes to have a little fun.
Yeah.
They're sexual fucking deviants. We've seen that before. Like,
remember that time they fucking discovered, like, goth cosplay during that Blackjack episode?
Yep.
Yeah, they got some spice in them, but no, I guess not.
Is it around this time? At some point, they're talking about making a mascot. They want it to be an octopus. Does this ring a bell? And Homer says, our mascot better be an octopus. And Marge goes, can it be something else? I don't like things with hidden beaks. Which is such a random Marge thing to say.
Yeah, that was a fun Marge thing. It wasn't a mascot. It was the code word for we're getting out of here. Because Homer agrees to go along, but if Ned's too annoying, the code word is octopus.
Yeah. I don't like things with hidden beaks. How fucking many times have you ran into something with a hidden beak?
Right. How long is that list, Marge?
Yeah, octopus, squid, end of list.
Yep, we're done.
Sarlacc pit.
And how often are you coming across those animals?
I see what you cook. It's not a lot of exotic seafood.
Yep. And then, boy, I sure have a pretty short list of notes for this episode. It apparently didn't make much of an impression on me. We get just a long string of Homer being an ass on vacation. Like he's just a bore, and Ned is just a fucking, annoying. He's Ned. He's exactly the way you expect him to be, and it's just those two clashing for a long time. So if I go flying past something during this recap, feel free to jump in because, boy, I sure didn't remember much of it.
One of the flashback things that I liked is that eventually, and you might have been coming to this, eventually he does get Maggie to fall asleep and he's like satisfied with that. He turns around and Lisa's now in the room.
Yep.
And he exclaims, Big Maggie.
Yep, that is funny. Big Maggie.
And now Lisa's like, wait a second, I want to hear how that story ended.
And I love how enthralled she is. She's like leaning way ahead in her chair, kicking her little feet like she's just enjoying this. So we go out mule riding, and none of the mules want Homer to ride them. They all run. So they have to go get... Did you write down the mule's name that they stick
El Gordo.
with El Gordo.
What did he used to haul? It was
bags of rocks. Yeah.
Yeah. From some kind of mining operation.
Yeah. So they're out riding the mules. Ned, I love this. Ned smells a church. Like, they're riding along and he's wiggling his mustache like, what is that? Is that candles? Oh, pew varnish. I think there's a church nearby. Jesus Christ. And it's a Catholic church, and when he comes out, he's just like, a little popish for my taste, but it was good. Like,
I said I'd try new things when I'm on vacation.
Yep, that's what it was. Real unceremoniously along this mule ride, the tour guide just falls off the trail and is never seen again. It was like they didn't make a production out of it at all. He's just riding next to somebody, and then it's like 2 frames of animation. He's gone. He's just off the fucking trail. Out of the episode. Lisa
badgering him with a bunch of questions, and then he falls to his death.
Yep, just dead. That was fun. I like that just gone. Just nothing, no ceremony at all.
God, fucking riding rented mules sounds like a hell of a way to spend a day in the desert.
It can't be good, no. My old man rode a mule. Like, we all rode horses, but my old man rode a mule.
Yeah, I've in my childhood literature of reading about, old-timey times, I always thought mules were, like, kind of ornery.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're fucking mean. Yep.
Why would they be the choice of what? Just they're meant to walk in the mountains, I guess?
They'll fucking go places a horse won't go. Yep.
Interesting. Okay, there we go.
And they're like, they're a rugged, they're a solid, sturdy creature. My old man, my dad roped on his mule. And not every horse can be a roping horse because some of them are skittish, and you're dragging something behind you. A horse gets spooked. That mule couldn't give a fuck. Like, he just saunter out pulling a screaming calf. Just, whatever.
Are mules like a man-made thing, or what am I thinking of?
Like a robot?
They're like a breed of a horse breeding with something else?
It's a horse and a donkey. I'm pretty sure it can happen in nature. I don't know that we forced them into the same pen.
Yeah, it was like us playing God.
Yeah. And I forget which way it goes, but it's either male donkey, female horse, you get a horse size one, or the other way you get a donkey size one. So a mule can be horse size or donkey size, and it depends on which one is the male or female in the partnership. I forget which way it goes. But my dad had a tall one. He had a big tall mule.
I can't imagine much science was involved when they were in 1890.
Right.
Just putting a fucking Miss Pac-Man bow on top of a fucking mule's head. Dress it up a little bit.
Smearing some rouge on this fucking horse.
Some illiterate Civil War vet putting lipstick on a fucking mule. My God, Festus, you're making it look like a common street whore. Our mules are dignified.
And mules are sterile. The mule, the offspring of horse and donkey, is always sterile.
Okay. Like no rubbers. Am I right?
Just raw mule in it. Yep.
Oh, don't Google that.
Oh my God. Mules. I'm just full of mule facts. We're just going muling right now.
In post, we need to put like some music for mule talk.
My favorite mule story, having grown up with one. Mules have good memories and hold grudges and are like spiteful creatures. I remember once we needed to get the horses and the mule in to go do something. And so you stand in the yard and you shake the pail and you call, and all the horses came, but the mule stayed on the other side of the crick and was being an ass. Wouldn't come in and get saddled up and go to work. So my old man, in a fit of rage, jumped on the four-wheeler and fucking chased that mule into the corral with the four-wheeler. We go do our work, whatever, forget all about it. The next day, we're eating breakfast, look out the kitchen window, and that mule has his tail in the air and is backing up to shit on the four-wheeler.
Really?
They're a smart creature. They're a spiteful,
God, yeah.
They're a spiteful, smart creature.
That's amazing.
Yep. And I think I said something and Dad got out there and chased him off in time, but it was perfectly apparent what was happening.
If there's anyone listening to this right now and you're on unemployment or disability and you got a lot of free time, go through the podcast and edit out so we can have a 2-hour compilation of animal husbandry talk with Marlon. Like put some like AM radio like lead-in music to it.
I would love to see, because like this was all 20 fucking years ago, I would love to see how much of it's wrong. Like this half remembered shit that I didn't want to do at the time, and you know, like how much shit do I get wrong? I'm just doing the best of my best of my memory.
Turns out that killed the cows. We do the opposite now.
This boy doesn't know what Scours is. So Ned and Homer, after the trail guide takes his untimely spill, now everyone's kind of on their own and they're worried. All the food and equipment was on his mule when he went over the fucking side of the trail. So Homer and Ned are going to go, we're going to go find help and see what's going on. They come across these super rich campers that aren't, like, it's not camping. It's like all these, what is it, media billionaires who are out in the Grand Canyon, and they're, you know, everything's super fancy. Homer talks Ned into stealing stuff. Takes a little bit of convincing to get Ned to steal. And I think his logic finally is like, well, if I don't steal it, I'm still coveting, and that's no good.
Yeah.
And Homer convinces him, like, yeah, if you don't steal, your family dies in the fucking Grand Canyon, Ned. Come on. So they steal a bunch of fancy supplies, load it onto a raft, and float on down the river. And then we wrap up pretty quickly. We just kind of see the family getting rescued, and that's about the end of it. And then in maybe the only worthwhile addendum we've ever seen, we get like Homer finishing up his story. We're back in the modern times now, and Ned across the, you know, in the next window has heard the whole thing, and they kind of have like a nice moment between Ned and Homer. And then Homer's like, you know what? I owe you guys a trip. It's been long enough. I should pay you guys back for that. And we get all these fun postcards of all these wild, like, exotic places. And then it kind of pulls out to reveal that Homer took Ned and his family to the postcard museum. And Ned is hyped about it.
Yeah. Do you think they sell postcards in the gift shop?
And that employee goes, no, we don't.
Yeah. So, like, I was also shocked that Homer was as, like, good of a partner when it came to them two trying to save their families. Like, I thought it was going to be him fucking up and Ned having to do everything. But once shit's up against the wall, Homer kind of, you know, turned it around.
Yeah, other than the two of them just not meshing well, there's not a ton of like conflict, like active conflict between Ned and Homer in this one.
God, maybe I like that one more than the last one, but that was pretty meh too.
A lot of Grand Canyon sight gags, you know, in the middle there that none of them stuck with me enough to jot any of them fucking down. Mm-hmm. Like I said, my list of notes for that one's pretty slim.
Big Maggie was probably my biggest actual laugh. Like,
yeah, Big Maggie was good. I did like that Disney couch gag with all the different eras of Disney in it. I thought that was fun. But yeah, that's about it. Fun to have a flashback one. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, weird. Like, I bet if you look, you can tell like whoever the showrunner was at certain times. Like, I bet certain writing staffs leaned more heavily on flashback episodes than others.
I also think that we saw more of them early on because those were stories that hadn't been told yet, you know. Like, yeah. Like we know most of the backstory of all these characters now.
And I think early on, like the first 5 seasons or so, where you got a lot more clip shows because they're cheap, you know. Like,
yep. A lot of clip
When
shows.
was the last time we had a clip show?
Ugh, knock on fucking wood.
Right?
But, yeah, it's been a while. Kidding.
Let's see what episode 20 brings us to Career with Love.
You got it.
It's To Sir with Love is what they're aping on, I'm assuming.
No,
I'm not even sure what that is. If it's a book or a movie, it's one of the two, I believe.
One of them movie books, yeah.
Yeah. Perhaps a movie made into a book or a book Made into a movie? We will never know. I'm not going to Google it. While procrastinating on helping with chores, Homer discovers an old-timey roadster in the garage, which is so insanely dumb, but I'm like, this could be funny. And, I mean, old, too, like single-seater, looks like a kayak with 4 wheels on it.
Three wheels. There's only one in the back, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And Homer trying to shoehorn his frame into it. What is he singing when he's driving around? Do you recall?
I think it's Chubby Guy in a Tiny Car. It seems to be a song he has made up.
Yeah, just having the time of his life, just zipping through traffic in a car ludicrously too small for him. And meanwhile, like while he's doing this, I think he was supposed to be like cleaning out the garage or doing something constructive, but in total Homer fashion, he just follows his desires, and now Marge is stuck doing everything. Well, he is gone all day. Like the kids are waiting for him because like he shows up with a bag and the kids are like in the front yard waiting, and he's like, for my daughter a rag doll, and for my son a Florida orange. and it's like it's the 1920s. They're both overjoyed. They're just both so happy. It's like,
yep.
Dad, you have so many wonderful adventures.
Which that's why I like the found a car in the garage thing, because it's all to illustrate what a fucking life Homer has compared to Marge's. Like, this is our jumping off point. Like, oh, you went to clean out the garage and you found a Morgan car that somehow we've lived here forever and have never found. Yeah, that's fun. Also, we got to see the war totem when they were cleaning out the garage. It's not in the basement anymore.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's going to be depressing if that means it's gone forever.
God. Yeah, I hope not.
Like, were they bringing that thing to the curb?
Is Bender still in the basement?
I wonder. Yeah. Later that night, because again, he's gone all day. It's night when he arrives. He's getting ready for bed. Marge informs him about how unhappy she is with her boring life. And, because Homer has such an exciting life, and Marge is really bummed about this. And Homer actually, good husband mode, he senses this. And he's like, I got to do something for Marge. So around this time, Jay Leno just shows up at the door. As I saw your Morgan, I got to have it. He's like, how much do you need? And they come up with a cash amount. And he's got all this cash. And he's like, hey, Marge, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you want to go? And she's like, Paris. And he's like, Paris it is. And he's very proud of himself, as he should be. He did a good thing.
Yep.
But this time, Leno shows back up, and he's like, what does he say? I bought a Toyota Corolla. You wouldn't believe it. Like,
oh, my God.
I go to the gas station and back, and it doesn't break down once.
Yep.
And he's like, yeah, like, so like, I just dropped it off, and then and the cops gave it to another guy because it technically isn't your car. So like, and Homer gave him the money back, which is like, no, dude, like, deal with it. Like,
yeah, Homer gives him the money back. He's like, well, now my car. Well, no, it turns out it wasn't yours, so the cops took it.
So now Homer's out of his old-timey car and all that cash.
I love the idea that Jay Leno just discovered modern cars, because he bleep beep unlocks his doors, and he turns and goes, it can unlock from here. Like, I love the idea that he's so overjoyed because he just found out about modern cars.
Yeah, and the Corolla too is just like the perfect basic car for him to just think is the most amazing modern marvel there is. Yeah,
because all he drives are these fucking Dusseldorfs with their wooden, interior.
Run on fucking kerosene.
I thought that was a good joke.
Yeah. The whole Jay Leno thing, me and celebrities, not usually a fan, but that worked fine.
Yep, totally.
It wasn't a whole bunch of them. It worked out. It was just the right amount. Worked out perfectly. So now he has to think, what am I going to do with Marge? But he just leans in, we'll do it. That vacation is going to be the vacation of a lifetime. And he realizes, I can't do this because I'm broke. So to pay for it, he takes an offer from like a shady courier company where he's going to have to just be the courier for a mysterious package, which the guy running the place kind of like lets you know this is probably organized crime related. And the only rule is do not look in the box. The client has been very, very sure about this. They don't want you to look in the box. So they get on the plane, and what does Homer do? Looks in the goddamn box, and it's some kind of blue snake of some kind, and Lisa sees it. She's freaking out, but Homer's trying to tell her to be quiet, and Lisa knows what kind of snake. It's some kind of South American super rare snake, and she's very worried, but he just wants the vacation to go smoothly. He's like, hey, I won't let nothing happen to this, don't worry. Like I guess in his head, it's like, I'll hand it off to him, and like, I don't give a shit. They'll do whatever they're gonna do with it. So they get to the airport. He makes up some kind of lie why he has to separate from the rest of the family, and he meets the two goons that he's gonna do the snake for cash handoff with. Are those the same two goons from like season 1 that
fucking
feed Bart antifreeze?
Yep, it is.
That's wild.
I had the same
all
thought.
The characters.
I had the same thought and had to look it up. I was like, are those the same? Are those the antifreeze Frenchmen? There's no way, right? And I looked it up, and yep, that's them.
Incredible.
Season 1.
Yep.
1990. That episode aired.
Because they get the really good, well-behaved exchange student, and Bart gets sent to a hellhole in France.
Yeah. Where's that kid from? Starts with an A.
Oh, God. Albania?
Albania. There you go.
Yeah, I was like, what are the odds that it has to be them? Like, how often are they going to be committing crimes in France? They would have to use the same guy. So They have the cash. The goons are going to take the snake, and then he's like, oh, just out of curiosity, what's this going to get used for? It's like, super rich people like fancy belts. So he finds out the snake's going to get made into a belt. He knows Lisa would never forgive him, so God damn it if he doesn't just take off running. So now he's on the run from the French goons. And then, so that's what the rest of it is kind of. You get a lot of like Maggie, Bart, and Marge doing their thing because Homer's always making up lies. And now Lisa's invested, so she has to come with. There's like I don't know, it doesn't have any plot importance, but it's Marge, Maggie, and Bart are eating at some bistro, like having lunch somewhere. And Bart goes in an alleyway and puts out some pate, which like 8 supermodels dive at and hide in the alley like raccoons because they're starving. And he just goes into some kind of high-end Vogue fashion show and like with the hot dog on a string ruins the hot dog show. You just get we get a little pinch of asshole Bart.
Yeah. I love when they're in that bistro and Marge asks to like see their cruelty menu before Lisa shows up.
Yeah, that was good. And I also like Maggie dipping her pacifier in the pate and just loving it. Like,
yeah,
because
I've never had pate. I can't imagine it's good. There's no way.
Yeah, it just looks like mush, Like,
I mean, it is. It's just pureed. Is it goose liver or duck liver?
Goose or duck liver, I think. Yeah,
I think it's duck. They feed it cognac first. Is that the thing?
Really? I know they fucking force feed them a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I think cognac is one of them. And then there's a different delicacy where you drown a bird in cognac and then cook it whole.
Really?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Man, people are weird. People do weird stuff with cognac.
The French hate birds. You heard it here first.
Fuck birds. Yeah. I forget what that is. It's like a tiny bird. Like, it looks like Tweety Bird. And then you drown it in fucking sweet hooch and then roast it.
What a life. Homer and Lisa run into the goons again, but they kind of fairly quickly outrun them by hiding in a jazz club. And Lisa gets to play the saxophone because, of course, she does. We're getting a lot of Lisa playing the sax lately.
Yep.
A lot of Lisa doing music shit. And then it's Homer has been trying to hide it this whole time, but now, Lisa's been a part of a chase. Finally explains what's going on, Lisa's very thankful that he's not going to let him have it. And they're still on the run from the goons. And finally, Marge is like, something's fucking up. You're always gone. And that's when he admits to her about the snake and this and that. And it's at this time they're confronted by the goons and the French police, which the police chief looks just like Wiggum with a little curly European mustache.
Yeah, there's a Lou. There's a French Lou.
Yeah. We even get a Lou, yeah. And they're like, hey, this guy's got our goods, our merchandise. And they're like, hey, give him back the snake. So they just confiscate the suitcase. But goddamn it, the snake is nowhere to be found. So they just give up. The French guys, that's not how organized crime works. They don't just shrug their shoulders and go home, like they take one of your kids. And the police just go away. So it's just all's well that ends well real quick. Like the stakes were really high and they just dissipate immediately. Like,
right.
I mean, it wasn't a terrible episode, but pretty blah.
I thought it was kind of nice. Like, it shows right at the end, like, that Marge had hidden the snake in her hair. Like,
oh yeah, Marge, when they're embracing.
Yeah, like Marge doesn't approve of how you got here, but now that we're here, I'm gonna help you out because I'm enjoying myself. Like, I liked that a lot.
This and a lot of the episodes in this batch very wholesome.
Yes, this is a sweet episode. Yeah,
like Lisa really enjoying her time with Homer, Maggie, and or Marge enjoying her time with Maggie and Bart. And we even got a little bit of it in the earlier episodes too. Like, yeah, Homer and Flanders having that nice moment.
Yeah,
like
it's a pretty sweet run to wrap up the season here.
Lisa apologizing and having a nice moment with Marge at that first episode too.
Yeah. Started rocky with those two, but they got there. I love that they brought back the Frenchman from fucking 26 seasons prior.
Yeah, the one thing worthwhile in this episode was that. Like, my God.
That was great. I liked that a lot. I also thought to myself, what's your opinion on wearing snakeskin? Do you think you wear enough of it? Would you like to be wearing more of it, Nathan?
I have never... That's a lie. I own a pair of secondhand snakeskin cowboy boots as we speak.
Do you really?
I do.
Why have I never seen them?
Because I wore them once as a goof to a Christmas party. My feet hurt so fucking bad by the end of it.
Well, you gotta
There's a breaking in period. The snakeskin juice ain't worth the squeeze.
You should be wearing them right now. You should be breaking them in right now.
Just cowboy boots and basketball shorts.
Yeah,
they're European cut, so they zip up the side too.
Oh,
they're pretty fucking slick. Yeah.
This is ridiculous, but I have been frantically shopping for European style zip up boots for 6 months on the internet and can't find, because I got big fucking wide feet. I got big snowshoe feet. I need a 10.5 quadruple E, and that's not something that they make European boots in, because I like boots, but like I got like a weird like getting down into a cowboy boot is tough for me, like a tall one. Like making that turn is tough, but once a boot is on, I fucking love it. So I'm like, oh, I need some European style, some side zip ones. And here's how fucking ridiculous and naive I am. I went to the boot barn in Fargo thinking, well, it says boot barn. I know they sell cowboy boots and rodeo shirts, but certainly they must sell other kinds of boots. Nathan, they don't. Nathan, that's that's a cowboy store. I was like, oh, I'm looking for like a European style with a zipper, preferably on the inside, but if it's on the outside, that's okay. Something with a heel. And he's just like, no.
Yeah.
No, not at all. What are you doing here?
You have to go to Red Wing or something, see if they can get you a specialty order.
Well, they just sell work boots, don't they?
Was that what are you looking for? Besides, in my head, there's cowboy boots and there's work boots. That's the boot world. Why would you wear boots if they're not for work or for pretending to be cosplaying as a cowboy?
Because they're fun, Nathan.
Have you seen a pair of Vans? How comfy they are. You can just kick them on your feet. You don't even have to bend over. You just stomp the heel into submission.
I've had Vans. They are kind of nice, but they're a little flat for me. I got my feet are all fucked up. I got bad feet. Yeah.
And if on the subject of cowboy boots, if I remember correctly, they are even more narrow than most shoes are.
Yeah, you can get some wide boys, but it's a Welcome to our boot store. We have 3 pairs for you to choose from.
You're getting some heartbreakingly narrow cowboy boots.
Yeah, it's much like any other genre of shoe when you have big fucking wide feet. It's not like they make anything cool that'll fit your weird deformed fucking brick foot.
Just Skechers.
Yeah, like the shoes I wear now are a Reebok walking shoe, and they are the most disgusting, ugly shoe I've ever seen. But they are so comfortable and they fit.
No form, all function.
Yeah, everything is black on black on black. It looks like you fucked up painting a model kit, and now everything's the same color.
Those shoes are meant for people that work in a kitchen. The solid black, super comfy.
Right.
Like those are the proletariat shoes.
Or they're made for 600-pound women trying to get their steps in. Like trying to turn their fucking life around. It's one or the other.
Good for them.
Yeah, I celebrate.
If you're a 600-pound woman trying to turn it around and listening to this right now.
Good for you. I am your number one cheerleader. But
keep getting them steps.
And do I have just the shoes for you? They're fucking hideous.
Check out my eBay account. I'm selling them.
I have such good positive ratings on there. It's so good.
You have a side hustle selling used shoes to morbidly obese women.
That's what I do with all of my shoes when I'm done with them, when they start getting worn out.
You replace some structural parts that are getting weak.
Yeah, give them a retread and ship them out the door.
Got some low mileage New Balance here, ladies. You can post videos to eBay now. It's you modeling them.
Hey, welcome into my Wide Loads shoe page. That's what I call the fans, What up, Wide Loads? Here's what's dropping this week.
What's up?
Here's some buffered New Balances that I wore for 6 months and then hated that I looked like a stepdad.
What's up, fat hobbits? Marlon here.
Welcome to Wide Load Shoes.
The next time that lady that comes by that clips your toenails for you, have her slip on these New Balances. I think you're going to like what you find.
Oh, God. Are you varicose verified? Well, get on over and get some shoes. These are guaranteed to fit over them weird socks they make you wear.
The only thing that won't be compressed is your wallet. Marlon's virtual. I've given up Shoe Emporium.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
Do you pay for sex and don't care who knows it? Holy shit, someone telling you that as you're trying them on at the store. I mean, you pay for pussy, right? Because no one's going to fuck you willingly in these shoes.
Oh, shit.
Bro, does your boss know you say that? Hey, I don't want to fuck you over, man. I'm going to be honest. I make $11 an hour. My heart's not in this.
If you're ready to turn into the skid, come on down to Wide Load Shoes.
Shoes you wear once every 5 days because that's how often you get out of the bathtub.
Have you given up, but it's all under the guise of owning it? Then come on down.
For your once a month trip to Walmart to buy more gauze. What's up, fat mummies? It's your boy Marlon.
Oh, shit.
Do they pray for you in church every weekend? Since 1994.
Get on in here, Stay Puft Mama. Oh, shit. Between our new home design show and my Marlins Darlings strip club and the Wide Load Fat People Shoe Emporium, I got a lot of imaginary irons in the fictional fire.
And the best, it's like big and tall when there's some guys that are just slightly too tall. They don't want to get fucking mushed together with all the fatties. There'll be people that just have wide feet. They're like, hey, listen.
Yep.
Like, when I go to Kmart, I walk. I don't ride a scooter, okay? Like, you really tone down the way you're talking about wide feet.
Listen, I don't appreciate the tone of your ads, but I can't buy shoes anywhere else. So.
Yeah, right? This is very degrading. I hope you know that.
Yeah, I don't like the tone of my ads either, but it got you in here, right? It's got people talking.
How many pairs of shoes are you going through if you can make a living selling your old ones?
Oh, we've had to expand our original operations budget at this point in our improv.
Yeah.
Speaking of improv, episode 21 is Simprovised. Wiggum is going through the evidence locker looking for a fucking birthday present for Ralphie. And when he picks up that crossbow and it's like, oh, he'd kill himself in a second with this, and then it would be all my fault, is so funny. That he has self-awareness about his son and none about himself.
He would kill himself in 2 seconds.
Unbelievable.
And he certainly would.
This reminds me, there was a moment that I forgot to mention of Ralphie in the first episode we covered, the Lisa and Marge one, where Bart is going around with all those failed pranks and he tries to prank Ralphie with something. And Ralphie calls him out on it, like, I'm not that dumb, Bart, and then sticks his head through the drywall of the cafeteria and goes, ooh, wall licorice, and bites the electrical wire inside there. Unbelievable. We have turned Ralphie so cartoonishly stupid. It's he's so good.
There's no way Ralphie would be going to class with them.
Right. Or period, maybe.
Yeah.
So Wiggum, back to this episode, Wiggum just steals a bunch of money out of a fucking ransom evidence drawer. He's like, oh, that kidnapping was forever ago, and fuck it. And so he walks out of there with a bunch of money and buys Ralph the most amazing treehouse that anyone has ever seen, ever.
It is very fancy.
It's a Wi-Fi hotspot. It has like a water slide that goes out one window and then back in through a different window. None of the physics makes sense. Yeah. Like a big spiral staircase, the whole thing. And Bart, of course, super jealous because from the top of Ralphie's new treehouse, there's a golden telescope with which he can see his shitty treehouse.
Yeah.
And when he's looking through that telescope and like a leaf falls on the treehouse and a bunch of wood just falls off and lands on the ground, Homer comes out the back door and goes, oh, free wood, and picks it up and goes running back in. He's so excited to have free wood. Back at home, Marge is putting a clip on Homer, which is always funny to see. Yeah. He has to give a speech at work, and he's a little nervous, but fairly confident because he's got some cards written here, and he's gonna knock him dead, or at least he thinks so. And Marge,
he's got the hits.
Yep. And Marge says, "Well, I'll thaw out a failure ham just in case."
We don't get as much ham talk or as much meatloaf talk as we used to.
Yeah, that's true. Also, been a lot more dinners at the kitchen table. Remember when that was kind of weird? Yeah, we see that more and more. I don't know that I could eat ham and be in a bad mood.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm overdue for a delicious ham dinner.
Ham's a happy pork. That's a good. Yeah. Ham's an uplifting pork product.
Yeah. Which is how I prefer my pork.
Uplifting.
Yeah, I think pork chops get too dour. I need a
pork chops.
I need a bubbly
serious
personality.
yeah. I need a little more Daphne and a little less Velma. You know, so I reach for the ham.
A little more Nathan Lane, a little less Werner Herzog. Don't need my pork meal reminding me of my own mortality.
You brought up ham dinner. I think my preferred ham is cold. I think my preferred ham is in a sandwich as opposed to a ham on the dinner table that you're carving stuff off.
Ham makes a good leftover.
Yep. I think gun to the head, I would prefer that to the classic cartoon ham sitting on the table.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I get it. Ham is, man, I'm all hammed up now. I'm blazing myself right now.
Oh, I'm sorry, what? Got a ham bone glaze happening right now?
Yeah. God damn it, ham's good.
Oh, yeah, it is. You always see it in cartoons. What's the ham thing where it looks like on the outside of the ham it has all those little bumps and lines in a row? If you were to look up a Looney Tunes ham, you know, it's the bone and then the ham, and it's always squares all over it. What is is that a cooking method I'm not familiar with?
Well, no, I worked in a grocery store. We used to sell the hams that must be some kind of pre-seasoning. Those little dot things are some kind of savory thing you add to help give it some saltiness and flavor. Oh. There's got to be a name for them.
Okay. Yeah, I could probably Google square ham dots and come up with all sorts of shit.
Ham dots are what you get when you eat too much ham. Your vision's impaired.
Ham dots is the least popular Dippin' Dots flavor at the hockey games.
I had an uncle that got a DUI because of ham dots.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no, ham, big fan. I'm
glad we've cleared the air.
Yeah, I'm glad everyone knows where we stand on ham.
All the rumors.
Take my fucking ham stand right now.
When you become a right-wing radio host, ham stand will be your first book. You holding a ham with an eagle on your shoulder, saluting a flag.
Oh, shit. Phew. God damn it. Now I want... Okay, I can't keep talking about ham.
Eyes on the prize. The ham comes later.
Ham can wait. That old Meatloaf song. Hammin' can wait. Okay. Marge is going to fix up Bart's treehouse. She's like, yeah, well, I'll fix it up. Yeah, your dad did what he could, but I'm going to fix it up. And Bart at one point says something along the lines of, but you're an indoor grown-up. Dads are the only ones who could do this outside stuff. And I was like, boy, from my upbringing, that is the least truthful thing I've ever seen. I get what he's saying, but goddamn.
Yeah, my mom ain't helping build a treehouse.
Oh, okay. So Homer goes and he gives his speech and bombs horribly, of course. As soon as he opens his mouth and is like, Merriam-Webster defines the word speech as, and of course, fucking bombs, and then is traumatized, just shook from this.
Shell-shocked.
There's a fun moment where, he's all collapsed and blabbering in the fetal position on stage, and Burns says, release the therapy hounds. And all these, like, emotional support sheepdogs come out and lick Homer until he calms down. And Homer's like, oh, thank you. And then Burns goes, now the regular hounds. And then the hounds are on him, biting him. I thought that was fun.
Because I think he's like, this helps a little. Like, when all the dogs are licking him.
So he's at home, completely shook. Marge tells him, well, let's take you to the comedy club. We're gonna turn that frown upside down. Take you to the comedy club. And it's at this point, outside of like anything Krusty centric, boy, have we not touched on stand-up comedy much on this show.
There's one that's pretty stand-up heavy. You're right though. It's Krusty. Where Krusty becomes the, like, jaded 90s, I'm bringing the truth, like, can you handle it?
Yeah, like Krusty Carlin, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but you're right, though. And as this episode goes, we will see it's not a lot of stand-up, but I was very optimistic. Like, I was thinking the same thing you were, like, okay, this is a world we haven't delved into too often.
Yeah, and this continues to not be about stand-up because it's about improv, which is way different and significantly worse.
Oh my God. I'm sure there are improv troupes that are masters of their craft, but that is a form of entertainment that doesn't do anything for me.
Like, there are things I like movies and TV shows that contain improv dialogue that I like, Reno 911.
Reno 911, yeah.
Really improv heavy. Those Who Can't with the guys from the Grolics. A lot of Will Ferrell movies, like those Adam McKay movies. And who's the other director that was big at that time? Judd Apatow. A lot of improvisation in Apatow movies. But improv on a stage, we need a location shit. Maybe I've just never seen it done well.
That's my thinking.
Like for the longest time, I didn't care for wine because I never had a good one, Like, maybe I just haven't seen it done well. But boy, howdy, have I never once thought a single positive thought about improv.
Yeah. Oh, my God, yeah. It seems like a lot of like, hey, you did it, clap, clap, clap. Like,
yeah, a lot of clapping for bravery and not for performance or talent.
Yep.
So Homer goes to this and really enjoys it for whatever reason. And I assume that this is on purpose, I like that none of the improv in this episode is funny, even though the crowds react to it as if it is. I have to assume that's on purpose writing.
Oh, interesting. I was kind of like, because I was like, why are they laughing? But okay.
Because
you're right. It sticks with that theme.
And it doesn't feel like normal bad Simpson jokes. It feels like intentional bad improv jokes.
Yep. Like that character, that voice isn't funny, but everyone's laughing. Yep.
Right.
Good point. Very good catch. Yeah.
And none of the jokes are funny. None of the punchlines are funny. And I bet you dollars to donuts that is the way it was written. And that is brilliant.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah, absolutely.
Turns out Homer loves improv, so much so that he joins the class. Is it $500 for 6 classes or 6 weeks?
Yep. Yeah, 8 weeks,
8 of them.
$500.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then he even says something along the lines, but why wouldn't I just get together with my buddies and do this for nothing? Like, because improv classes are a fucking scam largely, or at least that's a stereotype of improv classes and improv troupes. Homer joins the class along with some other guys, including Lenny, and at one point, I don't remember the context, but Lenny looks at his phone Lenny's grandma is sick. We get that information somehow. And then at some point, Lenny looks at his phone and goes, oh, looks like the hospital left a voicemail, and like walks out of the room.
Jesus, yeah.
Holy shit, Lenny.
Keep some of that to yourself.
that sentence, "looks like the hospital left a voicemail," is a horrifying sentence.
Yep.
So Marge is building the treehouse and gets hassled by the city for 10 seconds, and then we're back onto the improv storyline. We're having improv night at Moe's with, is it Lenny, Carl, Homer, and Skinner? Is that the troupe?
Yep, that sounds right.
I think eventually, by the end of this episode, Sideshow Mel is maybe a background character in this.
Okay.
But improv night at Moe's goes really well. Back at the treehouse that Marge built is super rad, and Bart is shitty, of course.
Yeah.
At one point, he tells Milhouse, no need to thank her. She's just doing her job.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
It has powered blinds.
Yep, power blinds.
Remote control blinds. Give me a fucking break.
Unbelievable. And they're like setting up their schedule of events, and Bart's like, "Oh, we're gonna have the treehouse warming party on Wednesday. Nelson's gonna bring one of his mom's bras," and Milhouse excitedly goes, "That's the part the boobs touch."
Jesus Christ. Nelson bringing one of his mom's bras being the highlight is so great.
Unbelievable. and when Marge overhears no reason to thank her, she's just doing her job. She's in the process of bringing them a plate of cookies, and she just dumps them on the ground in a huff and walks away. And it just waits a beat, and then Homer comes walking in to frame and sees the cookies on the ground right next to the tree, and just so excitedly is like, "Oh, the Keebler elves are real."
Yeah, it's very good.
Oh my God. Oh, it's a good
That
bit.
also got me thinking, I haven't had a fresh baked cookie from like a homemade one in a minute.
Oh, I got a connection. I get some homemade cookies every so often.
You got a cookie hookup?
Yeah, I got a cookie hookie. It's nice. Have, you gotta know friends that can bake,
God, good. And I like all the basics. I'm a choco chip. You give me a peanut butter, oatmeal raisin. I love a good oatmeal raisin cookie.
Yeah, love it all. Gun to the head, I think a sugar cookie might be the best cookie. Like a frosted sugar cookie.
Hot take.
Is it?
A hot take.
Oh.
I think so. I mean, I don't think it's a wrong take, but like, I don't think it's like a classic enough to be like many people's top pick.
I think that is because it's a little seasonal. I think sugar cookies are kind of a Christmas thing for most families. So I get it. But I will put a frosted sugar cookie, a good one. Sometimes you catch a fucking bum one. You catch a dry one at a fucking gas station. But I like a frosted sugar cookie. This is outside of the basics. It might be a little bougie, but you get me like a white chocolate macadamia nut cookie, and I'm right there. That's
no kidding.
I'm close, baby. Don't stop now. Yeah.
It's some exotic cookie choices over here.
I love a white chocolate macadamia.
Eating white chocolate macadamias in your European boots.
Real
decadent.
That I can't find at this fucking hillbilly cowboy store over here. I just want nice mid-level zip-up boots.
You walking in there just nibbling on a cookie all decadent.
I just want a shoe with a heel. I just like having a heel.
I'm not going to apologize for liking the finer things in life.
Yes, I want boots that character would wear. That guy making that voice. I want his boots. Oh, shit.
Bringing your own silverware to restaurants.
And my own macadamia white chocolate cookies.
Yeah, you put your order for the meal and ask for a second plate. Have your cookie set on.
Yeah, you got to make a friend that can bake, Nathan, or learn to bake yourself. You can do it yourself too. Cookies aren't hard.
I think the prior is probably more likely to happen.
I agree, but cookies aren't hard. You can do it. Yeah. I can be your friend who bakes. We can close this loop right now.
I can tell you right now, if I was to make chocolate chip cookies, I'd get that batter all built up, look at that big mixing bowl, and go right to the fucking couch and eat a quart of cookie dough batter.
That's the issue I've had while making cookies, because I've baked cookies before. I'm not very good at it, but they come out as recognizable as cookies. and that's always the trouble. Like, oh, this says it makes 4 dozen cookies. I got 18 total because I ate fucking half my weight in cookie dough while I was baking.
4 cookies. They fit easily in your hand. There's 18 eggs in this. Should certainly be more than 4 cookies. Remember a fucking charity bake sale? Who's gonna bid on 3.5 cookies?
Yeah, by the time I get there, I ate half of one. Yep. Oh, shit.
Where do we start the bidding on this? Who wants to buy a snack, I guess?
I bid on it. I just bid it up right away and take it home.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
I once, this was a couple of years ago, I had a friend whose kid was selling something, it's a fundraiser. Here's a catalog. Pick some things you like. Their sales pitch was a little better than that, but yeah, that's the gist of it. And the only thing in there that was appealing to me at all was these boxes of frozen cookie dough, like that come in like the little pucks, and then you just put them on the pan, throw them in the oven. I bought, I think, 4 dozen of those. I bought white chocolate macadamia and I bought chocolate chip. And you know how many of those ever touched a pan? None. 0. I, not all at once or anything, but I ate over the course of the next, I want to say months, but let's be honest and say weeks. I ate all 4 dozen of those straight out of the freezer. Just tossed them down like popcorn chicken.
Terrific.
Oh, God, the best.
Ignoring all the warnings on the box.
Yep. You can eat raw eggs. They just don't want you to have fun.
Yeah, right? Yeah. That's a no fun police.
Rocky ate eggs, and that movie's a documentary, isn't it? It's fine. Whew. What the fuck? Okay, so the treehouse is rad, but there's no thank you from Bart. So now Marge and Bart are at odds. Meanwhile, Homer's improv troupe, which, by the way, is called Premises, which is, I thought, very funny. And then they make a joke right away with Comic Book Guy, who Googles it and is like, there's 17,000 improv troupes with that name.
Which is, I think it was 5,600, which is such an outrageous number.
Yeah, it was a ton.
How many goddamn improv troupes are there in America at any given time?
I mean, Fargo's got at least 2, and that's too many, and Fargo ain't got that many people.
Yeah.
So Homer's troupe has been invited to Fringe Fest, which is like an alternative entertainment festival of sorts. Like there's like, I was trying to pin down the vibe of what this thing is, because we see it, a bunch of it. I liked, as far as sight gags go, the one booth that was Luigi's Medicinal Marinara.
Yeah.
That's extremely funny. I think you didn't laugh hard enough at Luigi's Medicinal Marinara.
I think the vibe, too, is kind of circus sideshow, so it doesn't really make sense.
But also, like, modern... that like a modern kind of hipstery take on that. Like this is a place you would see somebody with the state's biggest curly mustache or a man on a unicycle,
What a thing to experience. I want that to come to, that needs to come around here.
Yeah, I'd go to that. Why not? I like mustaches.
Just gonna say, I can appreciate a well-groomed stash.
Bart walks in and fucking knocks an apology out of the park to Marge. Just steps up to the plate and crushes it. Like, super heartfelt, says all the right things, makes Marge cry, brought her breakfast in bed. And then he fucking walks out the door and, like, fist bumps Homer because Homer wrote it. Jesus.
He says all the right things, except for the last goddamn sentence. You're hotter than the day I met you.
Oh, yes. I blocked that out.
That's troublesome.
Yeah, what a fucking sentence that is for coming from your 10-year-old son.
Yeah. Yeah, Homer's waiting with his little metal container full of different things to calm Marge's fears, you know.
Yeah,
like,
his little recipes box full of fucking index cards.
There you go. Yeah.
So Homer is shook about having to perform in front of all these people. The pressure's getting to him, and his stage fright that he first experienced at the beginning of the episode is starting to flare up a little. But Moe pulls him aside, and he calms him down because he's going to feed him premises, like stuff that they had come up with at improv night at Moe's. So they're cheating improv. They're like preparing, which has to happen all the time. Fuck you if you mean to tell me that everything's off the top of your head all the time.
Yeah, totally can't be.
No. That should be like our new show that is like a combination of Penn and Teller's bullshit and Cheaters, where we dress in different disguises for every show, and we follow improv troupes to see if they repeat any material. And when they do, we expose them as improv shams.
And then act like we're like heroes of the country, you know?
Yep.
Like finally someone's saying, you know, truth to power, you know?
Exactly. Mr. Biden, my medal size is large.
Yeah. All of these unpaid improv troops have finally been put in their place.
Yep.
So, someone had to stand up to big improv.
Oh, you used that line about licorice last night, Jerry. Sit down. Boom, you've been busted by whatever we call ourselves.
Yeah. You've been unproved.
Oh, God.
We're always trying to quickly take our winter coats off because we have unproved t-shirts on. Hold on a second.
Ripping off our fake mustaches, but the glue's got me.
Forgot this character is wearing suspenders.
Whew. Yep, that'll be fun. Who does it even serve?
Yeah. Who's out there that's just, I've had enough of these improv troops lying to my face.
We gotta bust these fucking improvers.
You know who's in the crowd at those shows? Their friends.
Yep. And family.
Yeah. Is that a discerning eye in the house?
So Moe's going to feed him premises. They're going to cheat at improv. Lisa overhears and is mad because, of course, she is. I like that she is, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she is dressed in the outfit that she was dressed in not horribly long ago when she went on tour with that Joan Rivers type who's on this show.
Yep,
you know,
sounds right.
She's got like that bowler hat and like the vest and shirt with a tie. Like, I don't know why. Like, maybe that's what people wear to whatever this kind of festival is, but like it seemed like it fit, I guess.
Yep, I agree. I think you're onto that because it felt like it was from somewhere.
Yeah, it's like half a step away from the Droog outfit, you know?
Yeah. Just the weird eyeliner under one eye.
Yeah. Lisa's mad about this. Homer gonna play it clean, and he does, and he delivers like a bad improv joke, and the crowd eats it up. And it was like, I think that's it. I think that's the joke. I think that's what they're doing. And then we get a real bizarre 3 minutes of television where Homer just sits and does improv, quote unquote, just at the camera. But he's like talking about running for office, maybe? as there are just sight gags going by. Like, Bender walks by with a sign that says "Bring back Futurama again." Bart like goes behind the desk and steals his pants without him noticing. A fucking bizarre thing here.
Yeah. Like, I remember, like, thinking, like, talking about who's this for? It's like, what's the aim here? What's the goal? Like,
so I looked up what the hell this was. This is real. This aired, when it aired, this was them doing live animation and live voiceover as, like, people called in or, like, put things up on Twitter. Like, this was real.
Like, almost live streamed.
Yeah, like Dan Castellanella or whatever his name is, was reading off whatever he was given live. And, like, I guess, like, depending on where it aired, he talked about different things. Like, because it was live, so, like, he talked about, like, a fight that broke out at a baseball game on the West Coast, but was talking about Drake being on SNL on the East Coast. And, like, I think I don't know if the sight gags going by are improv live or not. I know, what's the guy's name from Aqua Teen? Carl? Is that the neighbor?
Yep.
I don't know that they still do it, but they used to do, like, a live VR thing with him about football picks.
Football.
Yeah. And that was all done in VR and live as it happened. Apparently they wanted to do this a long time before, but the technology kind of had to show up for them to be able to do this. So, like, that's cool, but boy, is it bizarre.
Yeah, and, like, maybe I need to rewatch it, but I don't remember laughing a whole lot. Like,
no, not at all. So it's like,
yeah.
I don't know if he was, like, talking in response to what people were putting up, or, like, because they bill it as, like, oh, a live call-in show, but that's not what it is at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I need to watch it again. Maybe I'll be more impressed knowing now that was real.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all. I thought it was just some total non sequitur, like one of those addendums at the end.
Yeah. Also, the first time, at least in reference to the presidential run, the first time we heard Trump's name was in that.
Regarding politics, yeah.
Yeah, like, he's come up before, but this is the first time, you know, that was
kind of jarring for me, where I was like, oh, we're already there for 2016. Spring of 2016.
Yep,
yeah.
Look where we're at. I did like that he also mentions Bernie Sanders and says stupid Sanders. I did think that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm a simpleton, but I thought that was pretty funny.
So, like, E for effort, I just didn't laugh much.
Yeah, like sure, that was a cool thing. Probably pretty impressive to pull off, but the final product I don't think I cared for. And I think the version that runs on Disney Plus is the version that aired internationally. So it's not, like, time zone specific or anything like that.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah, weird. I would like to look up a little more about that and figure out what the hell that was all about. Yeah, exactly. It's like when you had to find all the different VHSs of Clue to get all the endings.
Huh. No shit. That's how they did that?
Yeah, if you went to Clue in the theater, there were multiple endings, and not every theater got every ending.
Really? That's kind of neat.
And then I think maybe on VHS it was that way, and then on the re-release, they eventually, either on VHS or DVD, released a version with all the endings, so you could just watch all the endings. But theatrically, if you went and saw Clue in Fargo and somebody else saw Clue in Des Moines, you got two different endings.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah, absolutely. That's super cool. I think there's a different ending for each character. So that's what, 8 or 6?
Huh.
Yeah, people should do more cool shit like that. Can you imagine?
Some could say it's Cluel, like Cleuel. Cluel.
Oh, sure.
It's Clue.
Yeah, but cruel?
It's cool.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cluel. Yeah, no.
Cluel.
Okay.
I'm going to call it a night, I think.
You going to wrap it up? We're just going to do 4 episodes.
That was my $1 million idea.
You know what? You stepped up to the plate and you swung.
Thank you. You know what? Thank you.
There's no bad ideas in brainstorming. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Nathan. And
Cluel. Cluel as ice.
And I like that you take shots, buddy. This is a safe space.
Let's see how the final episode of season 27 treats us. It's episode 22. Orange is the new yellow. I got to ask right away, any idea what this couch gag is from?
Yeah, it's IKEA furniture assembly animation.
Okay, that was my guess.
When you buy IKEA, that's their style, or it was at this time anyway, of that's what how the manuals are drawn.
Interesting. I figured that had to be it.
Yeah, it's like that real black and white minimalist look, and they have like stick people who have that look to them.
Okay.
I think if you even look when it says like the couch building manual, like the O has the line through it, like some Swiss vowels do.
Yeah,
it's IKEA.
Okay.
This is a fun one. I liked it.
Yeah. Very involved, too. Lasted longer than your typical couch gag.
Yeah. You ever been to an IKEA?
Never have.
I never have either.
Foot.
No, I never have. I hear they're big and the meatballs are good.
Wait a second. They're serving food at IKEA?
Yeah, they serve food at IKEA.
Really?
Yeah. It's because apparently going to IKEA is a pretty involved thing because they're huge, first off.
Yeah.
And so it takes forever to look at everything. So, yeah, they serve food at IKEA. You can get Swedish meatballs at IKEA.
What the hell? Now my whole thoughts have changed on this place.
You have an IKEA in the cities.
Yeah.
Do you need a
Swedish meatballs? Do
you need a nightstand or a entertainment center or
everything I own is seconds away from collapsing under its own weight because it's like 7th-hand furniture that I got off Craigslist
or off the curb on fucking throw-out day.
Yeah. So I probably could. Now the Swedish meatball talk's got me rethinking all the decisions I've made with my home interior design.
And here's the fun thing. You don't have to buy any furniture. You can just go there for lunch one day.
Really? Man.
Treat yourself.
I'm legit going to read about this when we get done with this.
Yep. I want you to go to IKEA and get some Swedish meatballs and report back next week.
Yeah. Just gorge myself on Are they complimentary?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, that seems, yeah.
I think you're buying Swedish meatballs. What? Yeah. God, you fucking tight ass. What? They're not free.
Yeah. I thought it's like, you look like you're going to buy and they try to grease the wheels with literal grease. with little greasy wheels.
No, the Swedish meatballs aren't the deal sealers. Like it's just part of going to an IKEA.
Just hand you a Wonder Bread bag full of piping hot meatballs. Maybe this will change your mind.
You're right, it has.
Yeah.
I do need 2 nightstands. No one's ever on the other side of the bed, but maybe someday.
Yeah, God willing.
I need a place for a lady who's down on her self-esteem to put her phone once a year. That's what I need.
This drawer in the front will be perfect for these meatballs.
You just eating Swedish meatballs out of a nightstand drawer?
I need like a meatball humidor next to my bed to keep them at the right temp.
Meatball humidor is pretty great. That's a stage name or an album title.
Yeah. You pack the hamburger in on Monday, you pour in the seasoning and the crumbs, you seal it up, you hit a start button, you come home from work. Every night there's Swedish meatballs next to your bed.
Perfect. Yeah, show me that technology. That's what I want.
If only Romco was still alive. Rompo Peel.
Set it and
forget it.
Meatball Humidor is my favorite obese Cuban lounge singer.
Meatball Humidor's put out a split 7-inch single with Yankee Daddy.
Meatball Humidor was opening for Fats Domino back in the day.
I picture Meatball Humidor as like an old Jamaican performer who's like in his late 70s but has been rediscovered by new rappers and think he's really cool. Like, he's like a Jamaican Ric Flair.
They started sampling his songs in their raps.
Yeah.
In their raps. How old am I?
Grandpa Marlin.
Oh, shit.
So in this episode, in this episode of The Simpsons, it starts with Homer rushing out the door, and Marge is like, "Well, are you actually on your way, or are you still at work? I promise you, I'm on my way." But he's not. He's still in the office, and right as he's out the door, almost out the door, someone asks him for a favor involving like holding up the corner of a poster. And it takes a comically long time. They're using a plumb bob.
It's Mr. Burns. Right. He's using a plumb bob.
Yeah.
Plumb bob is a fantastic name for that tool. Yeah. I love a plumb bob. There's a bluegrass song I really like that features a plumb bob in the lyrics pretty predominantly.
Sure, it's a huge hit with the kids.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're sampling it for all their raps.
Kids love outdated woodworking tools.
Yeah.
MC Bit and Brace. DJ Owl.
I'm heading down to the Roy Wilkins to see the hand planers.
Holy shit. The hand planers have fucking close out a Sunday night at a folk festival somewhere.
Yeah. They almost had their big break opening for Mumford and Sons back when they were hot, but just wasn't in the cards.
The lead singer did an album with the lead singer of My Morning Jacket.
Oh, shit.
So Homer's stuck at work. That means Marge is stuck taking care of the kids. And it's one of those moments where all the kids are just full of beans. Like, turns out that Lisa needs a seahorse costume and it's not right because it's supposed to be the male with the pouch. And it's just a mess.
That fucking seahorse costume is so funny.
Yeah. That was the best visual gag of this batch by far, I would say.
Oh, God. My favorite was Bart. I guess it's not fully a visual gag, but Bart trying to help and making everything so much worse.
Yeah. Because I think Maggie threw her mixed veggies at Marge and made a big mess.
Yep.
So Bart's kind of trying to help. Say, hey, I can help, Mom. Where's the mop? It's like, well, it's in the mop closet. And he's like, I don't see it. It's in the other side. And all this shit falls out. I can't remember what. Oh, ammonia spills everywhere.
Yep.
And he's like, I'll take care of it. He goes underneath the kitchen sink. And now a bunch of Lysol. Apparently, those chemicals aren't supposed to fucking intertwine.
React somehow. There's something. What is it? There's some cleaning products you're not supposed to combine because you make mustard gas. Is it ammonia and bleach?
Oh, no shit, yeah. You're right, though.
Yeah, it's like, don't ever dump these together because you'll die in your bathroom.
Yeah, make sure it's outdoors if for some reason you have to do it.
Yeah.
And his line was like, cool, I didn't know there was wood under the linoleums. Never what you want your kid to say.
Nope. Your kid shouldn't know what's under the linoleum.
Yeah. So she's just, overwhelmed. She's like, Bart, get outside, go play, which that's what parents do. Your kids are being a hassle, send them outside. That's what he does, and he ends up going to the park, and there's all sorts of kids at the park. Very fancy park, all sorts of random.
I thought that too. Is that what parks are now?
A lot of plastic, a lot of bright colors.
Huh. And parks
were very bleak when I was a kid. A lot of wood, a lot of metal.
Yeah. I think I've brought it up before. The last time I was near a child's park, which was several years ago now, it had like that rubber textured ground to it now too. It's not just rocks for your kid to fall into.
Yep. You just eat shit face first into at least once a year as a little kid, you know, like just running as fast as you can and someone would trip you. Yeah. Imagine how fucked up you'd be if someone did that to you right God. Now.
I'd go back to the hospital today. Like
just landing face first in gravel.
Unbelievable.
I'd be on disability the rest of my life. I'd be in a group home.
That would be a defining day in your life. You would judge your life as before and after that day.
Yeah, the tripping incident.
Yeah. The park in Carson, North Dakota was comically not a park, really. Like, I think there was probably 4 swings, what they called a jungle gym, but was really just one of those like half domes made of rebar that the skinny kids could get into, and the rest of us had to just kind of climb on. And then 3 of those like those horses with a spring at the bottom that you rock back and forth on. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure that was it. That's a bleak park.
Are you telling me young Marlon couldn't flip through the holes in the jungle gym and do what we called an apple turnover? If you could do a perfect go inside, come through another hole, flip out, like basically swing your body around that pole.
No.
If you're especially svelte and I don't know what the word I'm looking for would be, but like coordinated, you could do those.
Oh, absolutely not. No.
Even when I was a thin boy, I was fucking all legs and fucking giant head and elbows. So I was not a gymnast at any point in my life.
I was born in April. I bet by that same December, I couldn't have fit in through the bars of that fucking jungle gym.
6-year-old Nathan had the legs of a 55-year-old divorced man. Rubbing my calves because they're sore all the
time. Knees popping, making noise.
Am I retaining water? To get all those sodium pills again.
Such a great thing for a child to say.
In the first grade. So while at the park, I think it's Martin's mom notices him and like she asks him, well, who's watching you? And he's like, I don't know. No one's watching me. I'm at the park. And Martin's mom reports this to the cops, who pick up Bart, show up at the Simpsons house, and fucking arrest Marge.
Yeah.
We haven't had this in a while where the police are running amok and they arrest someone unjustly. It's a common trope in The Simpsons, but it feels like it's been a couple seasons.
Yeah. We get awfully close to flirting with some old man on the internet jokes about like, well, in my day, we just played until it was dark.
Yeah. I think Marge says that word for word.
Yeah. And my cockles flared up. I was like, this was a Minions meme on Facebook that one of these writers saw, right? Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen that exact thing on the same kind of relatives pages who post like a photo of a dimmer switch back when it was on the floor and how today's kids are too dumb to know what this does.
Yeah. Like they should show a picture of a fucking the emergency brake on a cotton gin.
Right. Yeah.
You dipshits, you don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Only 1790s babies get this.
Yeah.
My favorite of those is where they show a basic food. Like, does anyone eat coleslaw anymore? I fucking adore, like, what fucking planet do you Martians live on? I literally just saw that within the week. Does anyone eat coleslaw? What do you think? Someone stole the fucking ingredients?
You think
it's still out there, baby? You can eat all the coleslaw you want.
Don't act like these Gen Zers took coleslaw from you, you old fucking asshole.
Oh my God.
I don't want to blow your mind, but you can go into literally any grocery store and buy coleslaw.
A fucking tub of it the size of your head. Any salad bar worth its salt. You tits deep in coleslaw. Make a fool of yourself on coleslaw.
Go to a KFC. There's one in practically any city. Go get fucking, like, not top tier coleslaw by any means, but God
coleslaw nonetheless.
Does anyone eat coleslaw anymore?
That was a short-lived fucking sister restaurant of Noodles and Company. It was coleslaw nonetheless. They often shared locations.
Oh God! Like when they put a Pizza Hut and a Taco Bell together. Oh my God!
This is a lot of bread. This is too much bread. Well, let's go to coleslaw nonetheless.
Dude, I would go to coleslaw nonetheless. I love coleslaw.
I will destroy coleslaw.
I'll eat it.
I like trash Midwest coleslaw too.
I'll eat
I don't
any
want mine
coleslaw.
to be vinegar.
Give me vinegary, give me mayo-y, give me what the fuck ever. I've had coleslaw with raisins in it that turns out is pretty good. Like,
interesting. That's a bold take.
It's not fucking top tier, but it's fucking good. It's still cold. It's coleslaw nonetheless.
Yeah. Holy shit, this is the first ad. This is the TV spot. Like, there are butterscotch discs in this. You take a bite. Coleslaw nonetheless.
And the logo comes up and the drone shot of our location.
A table full of 5-year-olds with birthday hats, and here comes a server with a mound of coleslaw with a candle in it. Happy birthday, Skylar, spelt out in croutons.
Oh, we already have differing visions for this. In my head, this is like a noodles and this is a walk down the line and pick your coleslaws kind of thing.
Okay.
Like
a Fuddruckers.
Like a Cold Stone Creamery.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, menthol cough drops. Who's asking for this?
Who's putting gummy bears in their coleslaw? This location used to be a froyo place, and we just got all the ingredients they had left over. So we got peanut butter cups and toffee and sprinkles.
Two people on their lunch break laughing in the ads. One guy's got an ice cream scoop full of nerds. Put them on it.
I refuse to believe that you could not successfully run a coleslaw only restaurant, because like this thing only restaurants are a real thing. Last time I went to Huntsville, Alabama, I went to an all chicken salad place. That's
Holy
what they
fuck.
serve. Chicken salad. You want it on bread or toast or in a wrap or a lettuce wrap? Here's the 5 kinds of chicken salad we got today. And if chicken salad or go fuck yourself, which probably isn't what it was called, can make it, then coleslaw nonetheless is a slam dunk.
What do you mean you're out of good and plenty? Holy fuck, that'd be repulsive. Just chomping on chewy black licorice. Just coleslaw running down your mouth. Why do we come here again?
God damn it, Dennis. We have got to. The lunch rush is coming. I need that hot fudge machine up and running right now.
The caramel fountain.
Somebody drizzling a ton of chocolate magic shell over a mound of coleslaw. And then getting to their table and cracking into that bad boy.
You want to betray a child so bad they'll never trust you again. Hand them what they think is an ice cream cone with a chocolate shell and it's full of coleslaw.
Oh my God. Holy shit. No one take these ideas. We're trademarking these tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Get a lawyer on the phone.
I bet my life that you could serve coleslaw in an ice cream cone.
Waffle cone really sounds like that. Sounds maybe kind of good.
Yeah, like I would eat a waffle cone full of coleslaw right now, or a sugar cone. I'm not even gonna be fucking picky about it.
Like that diced up pineapple they put on like a banana split.
Oh yeah,
I think that might be okay.
Pineapple will go in coleslaw. I would eat pineapple coleslaw.
You have to say it. You're a proprietor.
It's coleslaw nonetheless.
And like you're so proud, you're walking table to table and checking on everyone. It's like, this is horse shit, but you can't deny it's
coleslaw nonetheless. Holy shit. Oh my God, I'm dying. I'm dying. I need this coleslaw restaurant in my life. Oh God. Okay. We could put it right next to the Noodles Company. I think that works really well.
We're always talking about them to the bankers like we already have it in the bank. Meanwhile, we just ran it by an employee who thought we were mentally ill, so they just smiled and nodded.
Just wanted us out of his life.
So she could text her boyfriend because he's 17.
Oh my God. Whew. Coleslaw nonetheless. Oh,
these fat guys, one of them was wearing weird boots. They wouldn't quit talking about coleslaw.
We can get 6 pence none the richer to play the grand opening.
Yeah. How confused they'd be. There's no way that check's cleared.
No. I think we just flew to Fargo to play Kiss Me for free.
Yeah. Money, we're paying you in cabbage. We are very cash poor, but we're fucking loaded on cabbage.
Is cabbage slang for money? Nope.
Nope. I mean, sure, somewhere.
Oh God, we can have all these clever ideas for you talk about like, oh, come get shredded, and it's just all this shredded cabbage. That coleslaw nonetheless.
It's fucking a homoerotic video of weightlifting men in states of undress eating coleslaw. Get shredded.
Motherfucker, there's somebody on the internet who would pay for that. There's somebody on the internet who's already paid for those videos.
Yeah. Someone's very nervous hearing us talk about this because they thought they had the market corner.
They're on to us, yep.
Yeah.
It hit too close to home for somebody. We're slaw dogging it. I'm just coming up with I'm just coming up with t-shirts now. Oh shit. Phew.
So Marge is arrested. And like it often happens, it's a real whirlwind. She goes from arrested to being in jail like a snap of fingers. And the Simpson family is struggling without Marge. Homer is he's barely a breadwinner, and he can't keep the home up while also working. But goddamn it, if Springfield doesn't show its true colors, and all sorts of neighbors come by and drop off food and offer help, especially Flanders. Flanders, as you can imagine, is MVP because goddamn homie knows about losing a wife. So
yep, Flanders is the star of the show here. And when he comes marching in and says, just call us NWA, neighbors with appetizers.
Yeah. So good.
The grin on my face, Nathan.
Yeah. And there was some of the other things that he offered to do were great too. None of them come to mind, but that whole scene was pretty good.
There's a scene, it's a little bit later, so maybe you'll get to it. But as he's leaving and he's telling like all the stuff that he helped out with and did for them, like the laundry and whatnot. And when he says, and I replaced all the smoke detector batteries, they were all dead. One of them was just a candy dish with a red light painted on it. And Homer goes, was there candy in it? And just without missing a beat with that big dumb smile, Flanders just goes, there is now. Oh my God.
So great. What an angel. Cut to Marge. She's in prison. As you can imagine, Marge doesn't take to prison well. She's a nice lady surrounded by not nice ladies. They're very mean to her. She tries to use the library and they put a stop to it because what's the name of the woman? she gets
Solar.
first dibs.
She's got that big sun tattoo on her neck.
She gets to read the Dan Browns first, or whatever author it was.
Yeah.
And that's when Marge hulks out and clobbers Solar with a book and takes someone else on, and everyone realizes, holy shit, Marge is not to be trifled with. And from there, like, eventually she just kind of starts to like it. Like, she becomes kind of part of the gang. She gets to plant a garden. She gets to do all sorts of stuff that she never has. Like, I get to go to bed at a normal hour because I don't got to do a bunch of fucking clean a house that's in tatters before I go to bed. So she's like really, really finding a home in prison. And at one time, the family calls, Homer and the kids, but they just fucking badger her to do stuff.
Yeah, like, there's stuff they need.
It's like, you need to sign this form, you need to do this, or how do I do this? And it's just like, and then she just fucking hangs up on him. And Homer assumes it was the electric chair, which I got a kick out of.
That was funny. Also good for her. I like that she just treats this like a spa getaway.
Yeah. Eventually, Homer shows up for a visit and lets her know that he's hired the only good lawyer in town. It's the blue-haired guy, which I don't know if he has a name.
I think it's blue-haired lawyer, I think is that character's name.
And he gets her off on a technicality that Homer never signed the paperwork, so Bart isn't technically her child, which I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's like, is that ever going to be dealt with? But she decides, fuck this, I want to stay longer. So she just grabs the guard's gun and fires off a fucking shot.
I love that she's just, as Homer's like talking about, oh yeah, we got you off on a technicality so you can come home and it'll be, and she's just got this blank fucking stare on her face. And then just pops off with that guard's gun.
But at least this kind of opens Homer's eyes, so he tries to be a better parent. He has this fucking fantasy of, like, it's a 1950s sitcom, and he's the mom and she's the dad, and like he's like has all their lunches and gives them a kiss at the door, and once they're gone, just lies on the couch and drinks gin right from the bottle.
Man, as far as liquors to drink straight from the bottle, gin has got to be, if not the absolute bottom of the list, pretty fucking close.
Yeah, for the big hitters at least.
Yeah,
like the ones that everyone knows.
Yeah,
whiskey, vodka, like.
Oof.
Yeah, Jesus, you're looking just to fucking vaporize 2 days worth of memories if you're just drinking straight gin.
Kiss will tell you it's got to be cold.
Because they've never drank before. Fucking sober, and they're trying to write songs about getting drunk. Why not let Peter Criss write those ones?
Yeah, he's the partier.
Yeah.
I think Ace was a wild man too.
Yep, both them two were. Yeah.
It's Paul and Gene that are the fucking squares.
Yeah.
There's a pretty good chance that I've never just had gin that wasn't in a cocktail.
I have. It sucks.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think I'd care for it.
Very intense, very piney.
It's definitely the like varsity liquor that I've had the least experience with.
Yeah.
Like, I've drank way more of all the rest of the common liquors than gin.
I went through a gin dalliance in my mid-20s, so I've definitely drank more gin than tequila. Tequila would be bottom, gin's right there, but then it's 50 stories up, and then you get to vodka and whiskey.
Yeah, yeah. Tequila, I've come around within the last few years. Gin dalliance, also a good name. Gin dalliance was Meatball Humidor's driver.
Yeah, Gin Dalliance is a pen name of romance novels. Because there's old women called Gin, Ginny, Virginia.
Oh, sure. Yep. Gin Dalliance came so close to winning the Triple Crown in 1971.
Gin Dalliance is written about a lot of burst bustiers and heaving bosoms.
Gin Dalliance is a burlesque performer outside of Duluth, Minnesota.
That has a serious drinking problem that no one talks about.
Yeah.
So Homer's he's going to try to do his best. We're going to see how that goes. You can imagine how well that goes. And he eventually loses the kids, like, because he's become active in the neighborhood. He has them all on leashes, which is ridiculous. And while this is going on, a big storm is coming through. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead a little bit here. While in the laundry room, Marge realizes she misses the kids, and she just uses the phrase prison break, and that just sparks everything. So there's a goddamn riot, and everyone's breaking out of the prison. And at this time, again, there's a storm brewing, and all the kids have separated, and Bart has, like, kind of clandestinely called them all together so they could all go to the playground and be not watched by a million parents.
Yeah.
And they're having the time of their lives.
Just unsupervised at the park.
What does Milhouse say? Because he's excited to ride one of the bouncy horses, possibly English style or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
I'm going to ride the hobby horse English style.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Also, just before this, Ralphie jumped into the bush and is attacked by a bobcat.
Oh, yeah.
Ralphie's got
eventually, I believe.
Ralphie's on a tough run in this batch.
Yeah, I think he gets sucked up into the tornado with the bobcat.
Yeah,
too.
we see it here in a minute.
Because eventually the kids miraculously, even though there's a goddamn tornado that came through, are all picked out of a tree and are safe and sound. And we get Wiggum taking all the kids out, and he's like, "Okay, everyone's accounted for," but it's like Rafe Wiggum. He's like, makes the phone call. Like, I hate making this call. It's his own number, and it's busy. Fucking A. That's a pretty good game.
Yeah, that was funny. I love how dumb Chief Wiggum has gotten also. Like, Chief Wiggum's always been inept, but he, like so many other things on this show, has gotten cartoonishly inept.
Yeah. He is very, very fucking dumb. So the kids are all safe, thankfully, and Homer goes to the prison. There's the prison break. He helps Marge escape, and they're back at home. The kids are thankful she's back. She's thankful she's back, and goddamn, keeping with the trend, very wholesome ending.
Yeah, super sweet ending again. Yet another one. There's a scene while the tornado is happening where we go to Arnie Pie-Eye in the sky, who is in the tornado in his helicopter and just shouting about how he hates that as he's dying, he's going to have to hear Kent Brockman's fucking voice.
The last voice he hears.
Oh my God, just unloading. And in the background, you see in the window of the helicopter, you see Ralphie and the Bobcat fighting.
Yeah. That wouldn't be much of a fight.
No. Bobcats aren't very big, but I bet a Bobcat fuck you up.
Oh my God. If like someone has a prank, put a bobcat in your sleeping bag, like you would need a week off from work. You'd be fucking jacked up. What an insanely diabolic,
what a
fucking
prank.
Cruel thing to do. Yeah. I got you good.
Yeah, what a goof.
You're not gonna get rabies shots.
Oh God.
To move back home.
Live with my parents so they take care of me.
Yeah.
Fucking
we totally zinged you.
I'm missing 18 inches of my colon because of you guys.
Bit through both my Achilles tendons.
I've lost 40 pounds in a month. That's too, like, I'm not doing okay. Because you guys put a fucking bobcat in my sleeping bag.
Party foul. It's more than that.
Oh, come on. Lighten up. Can't you take a joke? Oh, shit. We did it. We did another season. God damn it. Yep. We did another one. Season 27, I think, started poor, got good in the middle, and then like ended fine.
Yeah, pretty mediocre, I thought, but yeah.
Like,
not one banger, I don't think, which is rare.
Yeah, I don't know that there was any like, oh fuck, this is the one this season. But they're in the middle. I think we hit on plenty like 4 out of 5s. I think we hit plenty of like, yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah, just not that one where it's like, oh my God, this could have came out in season 6 and not stuck out.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see how 28 goes, because that is what we'll do next week.
That's what follows 27.
Season 28, episodes 1 through 5. Oh, baby, I love when this works out this way.
So beautiful.
It makes my brain happy. It makes whatever undiagnosed thing I have really happy. The same thing that makes me eat even numbers of Skittles and put them on even numbers on each side of my mouth for that mouth symmetry. Whatever that thing in my brain, this touches the same button.
Feels good.
I like it. You can find us on the internet at Barley Basket USA on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. BarleyBasketUSA@gmail.com is the email address. Thank you for all the nice messages I received over this past week about Burly Boy's home design. That people like it.
Let's make that dream a reality.
Absolutely. Let's get TLC on the phone. 1 through 5, season 28. Enjoy your week, everyone.
Bye, everybody.